The climbing ladder is only good for one hand at the time and 1 foot at a time. So the first thing is when the Zodiac goes up the wake, you're waiting until it goes as high as possible. It depends. If it's a tanker, it can be pretty high. If it's a fisherman boat, it's a little bit different. So you wait. As soon as you're up, you hook it up. And what's going to happen, you're going to go back because the ship is rocking, and you're going to hit the boat. Okay, and that's why we used to have elbow pads also as well. And then you can put 1 foot, okay, at the time. So the first time you put the foot and you struggle to find it, you put it in, and then you start to climb up. At the same time, the guys at the bottom, they're there and they support you with firepower. Especially when you go over the bar, that it's possible that this is where you slip. So, and then the fall is it can be pretty high. So the impact can knock you out also as well. So there are a lot of things that could have occurred, during that mission. The other SEAL that follow his friend, that's pretty amazing what he did. Obviously, one guy is in the water by itself. It's good that he has his swim buddy. Really, really remarkable what he did. I'm sure they will all have done that. The first thing is when you start to lose your buoyancy, it goes slow, 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 and then it gets faster and faster and faster. And when you go down, it goes faster and faster because you lose more and more buoyancy. So, which means it's a little bit like the opposite of skydiving. When you skydive, you have the drop, and then the air supports you and slows you down. My experience, will fall in the water, lose your buoyancy, and start to go fast and fast all the way to the bottom. And it was at that time, I was lucky, it was only 10 meters. And I had a flotation device that didn't work. So I pressed I pulled the string, and nothing happened. I was smart enough, because when I do tests, I think always about the worst. Smart enough not to have the rifle on a sling, because at this point I can't go up. Okay, I'm stuck. And to take my backpack, which has 40 pounds, I would have to take my sling out, my rifle, and then to take the backpack out, and then try to push with my legs and try to swim up to the surface. But then again, what happens when you go fast and fast, you have to equalize. Sometimes you don't have time, or sometimes it doesn't. So again, you can have maybe your eardrum can pop out. A lot of things can occur. It was a simple camouflage uniform, a backpack, and with 40 pounds of weight inside the backpack. I was wearing boots and a rifle. And I didn't put the sling. And the reason for that is if something goes wrong, I want to be able to bail out from my backpack. And if you have the sling on top of it, and it can, when you fall, it's possible it can mangle into different equipment that you have. And then you're stuck and you try to take the sling out, it doesn't. Try to push it, try to find, especially if you have night vision goggles, the goggles going back and forth, binoculars. It can be pretty hard for you just to be able to survive the drop. The boat obviously is moving. You got a Zodiac here. The guy is climbing up, fell between the boat. Who knows? Well, we did a test where we threw a mannequin between the Zodiac. We threw the mannequin off board during the operation, and none of the mannequin went through the propellers. In this part of the world, because we were based in Djibouti, but we did a bunch of other stuff, in Yemen and in the Indian Ocean and the Red Sea, and we have a lot of sharks. Actually, I got in trouble with a shark. A tiger one just bumped me. So my point I'm making, you have a lot of species living in that part of the world that are not very friendly. So fell off, maybe maybe he hurt himself, or maybe he got shot, you never know. And then he fell in the water, His friend just jumped with him. Now you have maybe blood going inside the water. It's pitch black at night. Um, the sea might be rough. So when we talk about a rough sea, if you not familiar with the ocean, is the vision that you have is pretty uncertain. So if the guy fell off, boom, in the water, I think it's pitch black, right? Now the zodiac goes up, and then you lose, and then he comes back down. So then you can see maybe the body of the seal, and then he goes back up, and then you don't see him anymore. At the same time, the boat is moving, so it's very hard if they don't have any device. And so I understand how come they could have lost the two soldiers.